was Muhammad? This is a very sensitive question in Christian-Muslim relations and can be the quickest way to offend and upset Muslims. Muslims revere Muhammad as the seal of the prophets, a great military and political leader, and he is the perfect example for them to imitate. After all, they believe that he was the one through whom Allah revealed the Quran. So, Muslims highly revere Muhammad, and some even venerate him and sing songs to him. Certainly, all Muslims fiercely defend his honour. So how do evangelicals view Muhammad? Chapter 4 looks at what they write about him. Some evangelicals have been extremely disrespectful about Muhammad and accuse him of being a liar, a false prophet, womanizer, or violent warrior. Some even believe that he is the Antichrist. Other evangelicals compare, or rather contrast, Muhammad with Jesus. They see Muhammad as a man of war, but Jesus as a man of peace. Muhammad was a political leader, Jesus a humble servant. They point out that Muhammad is dead, whilst both Christians and Muslims believe that Jesus is alive, and of course both believe Muhammad to be human, whilst Christians believe Jesus to be divine. However, some evangelicals question whether Muhammad even existed. They follow the older revisionist scholars such as Wansborough, Crone, and more recently Tom Holland in questioning Muslim history. After all, Muhammad is only mentioned in Muslim sources, and they say there is no evidence that there was a city called Mecca in the 7th century, so maybe the Quran was written later. Needless to say, Muslims are unlikely to be impressed by this approach. So other evangelicals try to be as respectful as possible. They believe they can see ways in which Muhammad was brave, generous, humble, even tolerant. There were times when he cared for others, was considerate to animals, united warring tribes, and he improved the situation for women in his time. Some can even accept that Muhammad called people to worship the one true God. However, very few evangelicals say that Muhammad was a prophet, although some think he could have been a sort of messenger or a bridge to the gospel. This is obviously disappointing for Muslims. So, what do you think of Muhammad remains a difficult question for evangelicals, and many try to avoid the question, preferring to turn the conversation back to Jesus. How Christians speak about Muhammad raises important questions about the limits of free speech in society. Many Muslims in the West want legal protections, as there are in Muslim-majority countries, to prevent their prophet being insulted. Some evangelicals are very concerned that such laws would be used to silence legitimate debate about Islam and its founder. Indeed, some evangelicals have already been taken to court for what they say is just talking about the history of Muhammad and his wives, battles and behaviour, and so on. This will remain a sensitive topic, and evangelicals need to consider whether caricaturing and insulting Muhammad will be a help or a hindrance in talking with Muslims about faith.